All right, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 4-3. And today we're going to be talking about creating equations for multiplication and division. Yesterday was basically addition and subtraction. Today we're multiplication and division. So before we get started, I want to talk about inverse operations. We've talked about it beginning of the year, we talked about kind of in the middle of the year, and we talked about a little bit on lesson 4-2. Inverse operations. Think about it for a second and jot down your math notebook what you think inverse operations is. Okay, so hopefully you put down that inverse operations are operations that can undo each other. So if you have 8 plus 3 equals 11, you can also have 11 minus 3 would equal 8. Or 11 minus 8, it equal 3. Okay, these are inverse operations. Almost like the little tree, the little family we made. Also, in multiplication and division, you know that 8 times 3 equals 24. Inverse operation would be 24 divided by 3 equals 8. So basically what we're doing is we're going for the first one, we went from addition to subtraction, and now we're going from multiplication to division. It just shows you how they're all related. So with that said, let's turn to page 133 in your activity book. Okay, it says discuss inverse operations. Multiplication and division are inverse operations. They undo each other. And I know a lot of you did that when we started learning that division, that really, really long division when we had 4 or 5 digits divided by one digit. And when you got your quotient, you went back and then multiplied it to see if it worked. And when you multiplied the quotient by the divisor to get the dividend. And that was an inverse operation. You see, so sometimes you use the inverse operation to see if your answer is right. So a factor pair for a number is a pair of whole numbers whose product is that number. For example, a factor pair for 15 is 3 and 5. A rectangle model is a diagram that shows a factor pair and product. So it would be something similar to this. A factor pair would be 3 and 5 to equal 15. Which numbers in the rectangle model above are the factors where the factors are located? Are the factors, where are the factors located? So I'm going to get this out of here. Actually, see if I can erase it. Yeah. Okay, so the rectangle model here that we have, which numbers in the rectangle model are the factors? Okay, you should know this. 2 factors equal a product. So hopefully you know that 9 and 7 are the factors. And where are the factors located? They're located on the sides. This is very similar to area. This is area. It's an area model. So which number is the product? Hopefully you know 63 is the product. And the product is located inside the rectangle. So a rectangle model can help you find all 8 related multiplication and division equations for 2 factors. You can write these equations for the rectangle model above. Here's what they are. The rectangle model is telling you 63 equals 7 times 9. It's also telling you 63 equals 9 times 7. We're down here. It's also telling you 7 equals 63 divided by 9, and 9 equals 63 divided by 7. It's also telling you 7 times 9 equals 63, 9 times 7 equals 63, 63 divided by 9 equals 7, and 63 divided by 7 equals 9. Okay, here are your commutative properties, where you have your answer in the same spot, and you're just flip-flopping the 2 factors. So you can get 8 out of every factor, every rectangle in multiplication and division. We showed you yesterday when we did the little break apart triangle or whatever it was called. We were able to make 8 from that too. So let's work on 8 related multiplication and division equations for the rectangle model below. All right. So let's do the obvious one. 96 equals 8 times 12. And 96 equals 12 times 8. Okay? Then let's grab one of the outside numbers. 12 equals 96 divided by 8. And 8 equals 96, equals 96 divided by 12. And then basically this side, you're flipping it. You're taking this 96 and putting it at the end. So what you're doing is you're doing 8 times 12 equals 96. Here, you're putting the 96 at the end. 12 times 8 equals 96. Here, you're doing 96 divided by 8 equals 12. And 96 divided by 12 equals 8. And once again, these are our commutative properties because we're just flip-flopping the two products. All right, so let's turn to the next page. Now we're going to write equations to solve the problems. And equations are going to have a variable. In this case, they have n. I don't care what you use. Okay, just know that that n is going to equal something because you're going to work it out and find it. So it says Brenda planted 234 trees on her farm. The farm has 9 rows. Here's your 9. How many trees are in each row? It tells you your total, but you're missing how many trees are in each row. So A, the number of trees on this farm is known. Write the number. There are 234 trees. It tells you that. Next, the number of rows of trees is known. There are 9 rows. And then C says the number of trees in each row is unknown. Use the letter N to represent the number of trees in each row. Write a situation equation to solve the problem. I said you can use any letter. When you make your own, you can use any letter. This wants you to use N, so we'll use N. Basically, it's telling you 9 times N equals 234, because we know you multiply the two factors on the outside to get your product that's on the inside. So 9 times N equals 234. You could also do 234 divided by 9 equals N. Actually, I'm jumping ahead here. Your solution equation that's going to help you find the answer, because this is your situation equation. Okay, that means that your variable's in there and you just can't solve it without switching things around. Your solution equation is the one that you're going to solve it with. So you're going to see 234 and you're going to divide it by 9 to get your N, and your answer would be N equals 26 trees. Sorry, my pen's not writing very well today. Okay, so basically what you're doing is you're taking you're making your inverse, you're doing an inverse you're doing an inverse operation. You're taking your multiplication, you're switching it to division. Because remember, these 3 numbers, or a number, and a variable, will get you 8 different equations. Remember that. So find the equation that works for you. This equation works to find the answer. Anytime you get the 2 actual numbers together on the same side of the equal sign and the variable on the other, you should be able to solve it. Okay, so number 5. It says write an equation to solve the problem. Draw a model if needed. It says Evan is starting a cycling program. He will ride 315 miles each month for the next 6 months. How many miles does he plan to ride? Well, this is an easy one because we're doing 315 miles times 6 months equals M for miles. Okay? This is not we don't really need to worry about a situation equation because this is already a solution equation. The way it's written, it's a solution equation. So you will just solve it. 315 times 6 equals 1,890 miles. Number 6. Suki has 152 stickers to place in the sticker album. How many pages will Suki fill with stickers if each page in the album holds 8 stickers? All right. So what we need to do here is we know there are 152 stickers, and it equals P for pages times 8. So we don't know how many pages yet. Here is a situation equation because we can't answer it yet. So we'll make a solution equation by taking the 152, dividing it by 8 to give us P. And that would mean P equals 19 pages. So you understand this is a situation equation. That's telling you what the word for word, well, number for number, however you want to look at it, what the story problem is asking you. And then you move the numbers around because you can find 8 different problems for each 3-digit family or 3-number family, and then you solve it. So the last one, Al brought a wall pattern with 27 rows of 28 squares. How many squares are in the pattern? Well, this is easy because you just take 27, multiply it by 28, and you get S. So S would equal 756 pages, or squares. And I know that's a 2-digit by a 2-digit number, and you've done that in multiplication. You've done a 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication, so you should be able to do that. All right, so now you only have a few more minutes left. You might not even have that much, depending how well you took the notes. But on pages, that might be it for the pages in here. So just continue working on our workbook pages. Hopefully you're going to keep. Hopefully you understand the whole point of a situation equation. That would be something like n minus 84 equals 123, and then to get a solution equation, you would take 123 and you would add the 84 back on it to get you the n. This is a situation. This is a solution equation because that way you can actually solve it. So in the division, n times 8 equals 24. That's a situation, and now you work it out by saying 24 divided by 8 equals n, and that's your solution. Okay.